the series, but from Vitality's CT side on Inferno, I do wonder if they were prepared based on what they've seen. But indeed, we have another nuke on our hands, and Vitality will start on the CT side, having won that knife round. Apex with a lot of utility, as is Alex, as does Alex have. I can't speak English. Simple has been made the P250 raid boss once again. This is part of the default. He'll get naded outside, but he still has 70 HP. See if you can find something. Always good for the one taps or attempts anyway. Very patient play with the P250.
Yeah, it feels like Navi have gone to an even more patient style, back to the sort of passive style, maybe in part because of Blade, who always liked to run the clock low back in his playing days. Simple beginning to move forwards here. Doesn't have much assistance, and that means that Shox can emerge from Secret and get the opening kill. But Navi are looking to explode onto this A-bomb site, and it is wide open for the taking.
Do they dare go for a boost towards Heaven? Probably not in a pistol with no utility at this point. Bomb is planted quickly. Up the stairs they go. Once again, we've got the pop flashes lined up on the outside towards CT spawn. Shox and RPK to move through. There's a nice tap from RPK, looking for another one. Shox will find it. Look at these eliminations. What does Electronic do now? 1 versus 4. Bomb not planted for him. Double peak. 1 high, 1 low. Only good for the low. Vitality will take the pistol. They will start off well on the CT side. The bomb is planted, though, for Navi, so what do they choose to do? Will they eco and have a goodbye in the next round?
Oof.
Electronics gone straight for a scout. Will it be a full force buy from Navi?
It's another coin flip on the odds, by the way, with that pistol round coming into play over on EGB. I'm somewhat surprised that Vitality just completely concede the A site and are allowing that bomb plant. I mean, obviously you can see that they're willing to retake, but you know, letting that bomb go down gives Navi some money, gives them some options in this second round. Electronic with the scout up on the silo. We've seen him play here previously. Vitality not willing to challenge him right now. Siwoo's got the AWP out in the second round.
The second round? How on earth has he done that? With full armor as well. Sound cues will be heard by the CT and Secret, which is Alex. He doesn't have a helmet, actually, so he needs to be real careful about these peaks. Although now it is 3 Deagles and a Scout. So maybe it won't matter so much. There is the announcement of the AWP on the outside. Siwoo sees a sniper by T-Red. Electronic will look to reset the situation. So they've made their way towards mini Navi. But how do they find themselves a frag?
No nades left for them. RPK rattling off the shot. Simple eventually connects that one, and RPK is struggling with the FAMAS at long range. They decide to fall back, but Shox is in behind the hut, so that's a position that they don't have to worry about. Navi all just hanging around this same position, not really making decisive calls, but they finally decide they're going to move down to the B-bomb site where Alex is waiting for them. Good position, good lineup, and that should put the round to bed. Flank comes through from RPK, and Vitality close out that second round.
Considering the investment from Navi, a Deagle and a Scout, 2 frags is a very good result. It's going to make things a little more difficult for Vitality moving forward, especially in the long term. But then again, perhaps Shox can turn things around with the kill bonus of a shotgun. He still carries the auto into round number 3. Siwoo is still with the AWP. Could be a hell of a lot worse, though. Again, that cheap FAMAS coming in handy for RPK. Simple moving forward now, and there's fast aggression from Shox, misses a headshot, and there's that kill bonus from Shox. Won't be greedy, won't go for the rifle. A kill, 1 and done. Thank you and goodbye. 5 versus 4 for Vitality.
Yeah, quick in and out there to be able to get the early lead in this one. Navi just making sure all these corners are clear as they have a cheeky peek over at the ramp. Shox is now boosted up with that shotgun. So I think Alex can probably wait for Shox to take first contact with the shotty and then go from there. And push is about to come in. Quick kill from Shox. Alex also chiming in, and the crossfire is played to absolute perfection for Vitality. They shut it down.
If I'm not mistaken, Shox made $2,700 from kills in that round. and then got a kill bonus on top, which is basically an extra AWP for ZywOo if he wants one later on. Boomich and Flamey and Guardian, all with 0 kills. Not a good start. But the next run will be a full buy. And there'll be some bits and bobs collected. So it seems that the CT sides are where these games are going to be won. Vitality starting strong on Nuke. Electronic has his CZ dropped by ZywOo. Flamey makes his way towards T-Red with a little pixel gap, but chooses to fall back. Oh, ZywOo looking sharp in map 3. Just fishing for something, Navi. Not really a lot to work with here. 2 Deagles, really. Guardian has a Glock. He'll collect the Deagle. Again, just a question of damage. I think the bomb plant would be a stroke of luck at this point for Navi. If they could get 1 kill in this run, that would be something.
Yeah, not much going on for them in this one. RPK eventually gets that kill with the FAMAS. Guardian's just hoping that someone strays into his crosshair. Might get the chance against RPK. Not happening though. Spray is successful. Not a single point of damage taken by any of the Vitality players in that round win. We also see ZywOo starting to show up with a couple of shots landed in that round. See if he can carry that form into this next one. Guardian decides to get the AWP over on the T side. Again, has been somewhat quiet so far. Apparently he's been maybe a bit under the weather. Bit ill right now, so hopefully Guardian can battle through that and try to have impact in this one. Buying the AWP into the round, and Alex. Oh, there's a gap in this smoke. ZywOo's already got the first kill, and Alex is in an unexpected position. Spots the player above, and Alex makes it happen alongside ZywOo. Navi just getting completely shut out, and this is almost feeling reminiscent of those earlier maps in terms of how one-sided this has been.
Sit down. Well, Flamey's on the scoreboard. Yeah, I might wonder who's going to get to 007 first out of Boomich and Guardian at this point. This is the anti-eco position where you would stand in case you were fearing a rush through ramp or lobby or something. Allows you to take an engagement, a 1 versus 1, fall back and so on. Well, this is a rough spot. Flamey just having to dry peek and pre-fire everything. Again, just trying to do some damage. That's all he can hope for. He has the time to hang out and do that. Vitality will limit his options. You can see Shocks and T spawn now. Just looking for something. They don't want to give him a 1 versus 1, but if there's a ding-dong from Apex, I think we need a timeout from Navi just to be like, what the hell's going on? How do we stop Vitality from imposing their will in such a fashion, pushing well beyond T-Red and just exposing Navi? Apex and... Sorry, Alex and ZywOo just going back and forth with the frags there. ZywOo 6 for 1. No one's died more than once for Vitality.
Alex hasn't bought armor, just for what it's worth.
Oh dear.
Oops. Oopsie daisy. Well, they're 5-0 up, so they won't be too worried. And yeah, like you were saying, maybe this is where you should take the time out when you are Navi, because they also only have 5 kills in the first 5 rounds across the entirety of the team. So they're averaging 1 kill per round, which is never great. Here comes the quick aggression, though. RPK goes unchecked in from above. Gets that easy shot to land. Bomb dropped. And it's another round where Navi only get 1 kill on the board.
Well, ZywOo is the first to die twice, so he'll have to pay for dinner. Boomich now, 006, Guardian, 006. Looking for a part in the next James Bond movie. There's a timeout from Navi as they head towards a full buy. Not sure if there'll be an AWP. It would require sacrifice. That's quite an angle.
Just below the B site?
I have no idea where this is.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's interesting. You know, the B bomb site is coolant for expired nuclear rods. I don't know if expired is the right term, but once you've used them in a power plant or something, then you have to kind of just put them in coolant for years and years and years. Which was the issue in that earthquake in Japan. where it damaged the coolant system. Anyway, enough about nuclear rods. Unless Navi can give us a reason to talk about them on that B-bomb site. Doesn't look likely at the moment. 2 Kriegs, 3 AK-47s, and plenty of grenades for Navi. The glass into A will be broken, at least for the threat of an execute into A. Kind of have to do it every round just to keep the CTs on their toes. Pretty hard to flash RPK's position, facing straight down, of course. And Navi start to fish outside. Plenty of time for smoke grenades. Looks like one is being lined up by Electronic.
These will be those closer outside smokes, I think, on that left side, rather than the ones to get down secret. Yeah, they are landing now. Timing looks pretty good on them as they eventually smoke off the warehouse. And then the molly for secret means they can begin to move in. So I think they'll try and get into this warehouse position, into this garage, and then work from there, maybe getting down secret eventually as Guardian picks up the trade frag that he was looking for, and they go darting down secret where Alex can certainly hear them. Apex can also meet them. The smoke slows it down. The reload from Apex allows them to push on in. All 4 players spotted as they move into this B side of the map.
That was great decision-making from Apex in multiple scenarios. Just peeking, just bobbing while he's reloading, not taking a fight to the death, just getting the information. Saw so many players towards the B bomb site. A brazen push towards control. Taking control of control as Apex were trying to, but Boomich will hold for now. Guardian on the site itself, but Guardian's alone now, 1 versus 3, and he doesn't have the bomb. Success seems a mirage for Navi on Nuke. Alex looks away at the wrong time, but still manages to get the kill. And it seems there'll be no 007. Guardian and Boomich both getting a kill, but there's no round for Navi. Is every game going to be lopsided? They don't look close to winning a round at the moment.
Blowouts going both ways on the first 2 maps. The third might be going to Vitality at this rate. Alex up there at 10 kills. Zywoo has been solid with 7. It has been more of a team effort from the Vitality squad. Not the best spray there from a Guardian with the AK, but he was in the 1v3 anyway. Not like he was put in the best position. Shox playing aggressive over at the ramp room, looking to see if any players get into his crosshair. In the meantime, Boomich has got really aggressive. Zywoo not ready for that one. Alex couldn't cover his teammate. Eventually the trade comes in, but Navi have got players across the map, so that's really just Boomich trying to sell the presence at yard while the rest of the players push down ramp.
Sound cues heard by Alex. Just 1 pair of footsteps, and I think he's going to flank immediately because he knows there's only 1 person there, but RPK will deal with it. Flamey has the bomb still. Electronic's not too far behind. There's a Deagle kill, but now the bomb has been lost. Electronic finds himself by the double doors, heading towards the vent, spotted by Alex, who doesn't take the fight to the death again. Great decision-making from Vitality, choosing when they want to take the engagement, not fighting to the death if they don't need to, conserving their money, because there's still a lot of rounds to go. Yes, it is 8-0, but it could end, at least in theory, 8-7, so even though they're having great success, they're not getting lazy, they're making good decisions and trying to keep their game tight. Respect for their opponent. Very dangerous, Navi, despite the complete failure in this half so far.
Guardian again not going for the AWP. He had money to do so, but they're sticking with the rifles, and this time round Navi upping the pace. That Molotov might have caused some issues in those smokes to get down secret, but it looks like Electronic has been able to get down there. Apex might have to go down the vents now, and elsewhere Alex has been taken out.
I think he was trying to just brazenly flank through the smoke again, like we saw in that previous run where he heard 1 pair of footsteps. Went for the same play, but there was cover from T-Red. And that gives Navi an early 5 versus 4. There's a minute 15 on the clock, so they've got plenty of time to try and capitalize on this. Vitality going for a cheeky play, and it might cost them their first round here.
Vitality have to be aware of Electronic's position down in those vents, down on that other side of the map. That's something that they always have to be thinking about in the back of their minds. It makes you uncomfortable the entire time. Electronic spotted, but Apex takes significant damage for that information. Probably not worthwhile as he backs off to the silo, so low on health. Electronic has found another frag for Navi, and this has got to be their first round on the board. Zywoo gets 1 back, but there are the trades. Ooh.
Yeah, the bomb was dropped for a time. I thought things might turn around, but no. There is the first round on the board for Navi. Now, Vitality were losing money by winning rounds. You can see RPK on $15,000, so they've got the money to deal with this. Now, are Navi going to get a consecutive round here? Because I feel like on the previous map, when there was finally that first round, didn't happen. But maybe it can now. No early explosion of the squeaky door from Navi. Just heading inside. A change of approach. It's been a lot of plays outside and many smokes and very limited success as we can see. But that's a pretty deep smoke towards the ramp, and exchange of grenades as well, but that one won't connect. Simple, going for the wall bangs. Not finding much of anything just yet.
Navi again going back to these outside smokes. Alex has a very tight angle there with the orb. That's about to be smoked off, though. ZywOo hasn't been too involved in these recent rounds. He's not able to position himself successfully in secret in this one either. The Molotov has forced him back, but he is holding a close angle. Flash is good. ZywOo just about gets round the corner, dropping the flames to make sure he stays safe. So well done by ZywOo to stay alive in that position. Now he can just take another angle with that AWP. Navi are down secret though, and they've got lots of nades left for the eventual take onto one of these bomb sites.
So many sound cues for Alex, but he's spotted by Simple. He still manages to be effective, though, with Boomage taken out, but so many numbers. He has delayed the push, however. 20 seconds now. Look at the crossfire situation for Vitality. There can be a bait from Apex to go into the arms of RPK. Who's going to peek first? Look at the creep up to Palace, Heaven as well. While they go up Heaven, Vitality, Navi will go lower into the B bomb site, but is there time to plant this bomb? Flamey, you've got 1 second. There we go, just in time. They won't contest it, Vitality. They don't have position just yet. Two players going towards ramp and RPK coming from secret.
Very tight on the bomb plant, but Navi get it down, and now they're in a 3v3. Electronic playing behind the silo, up on the rafters. Good spray onto the first opponent. Now Apex has to be fully focused on that angle, but he gets the kill onto Flamey instead. They now know that Electronic is still behind the site, and he's getting chances to take that battle. RPK moving in, looking for the spray, and Guardian gets the trade. Bomb planted on the other side of the silo. Apex moving in, might just have to stick this defuse, but Guardian goes aggressive and gets the headshot. Navi take a hard-fought second round win.
Just escaping the bomb explosion there at the end. Now things will get expensive for Vitality. They've got the money to buy it, but once this full buy comes through, if they are not successful in this round, we could see a very close score at halftime. Maybe it's early to say that because we're talking about 5 rounds for Navi, but it's absolutely possible that the best for Vitality might be over in this half. Again, it does count on this particular round for sure. Timeout has been called as Navi experience some success, but will it be brief? Or are they going to string some rounds together? Now we see the AWP for Guardian. And there will be 3 other scopes on the team of the Kriegs. Again, another full buy for Vitality. The money in the hole could be worse for them. Pretty key round for them. If they want to close out this third map, Vitality, or at least this half, then now is the time to do it.
I think ZywOo has been stuck on 8 kills for the last 4 or 5 rounds now. Felt like he has struggled to get involved with that. Oh, close on the first attempt, but as soon as I say his name, ZywOo gets the opener of this round, landing the shot onto Guardian. Electronic in a similar position, pushing it down B, trying to see if there's any way in.
ZywOo with his AWP covered in camper stickers. Used to be a much more common insult in the previous versions of CS, calling people a camper. I don't hear that so much anymore. 5 versus 4 for Vitality. As Navi cut the sound cues for the most part. We've got the wide swing towards the ramp, and I think Shox has spotted something. May have seen a bomb carrier on the radar as ZywOo comes to make it a crossfire. So some presence shown, and the bomb potentially seen towards the ramp, and Navi will have a renewed focus towards the A site, it seems.
Yeah, again, we're seeing really slow style of play from Navi, even though they're down a man. But let's see if the late round execute pays off for them. Shox doing some early damage there, and damage across the board on the Navi players. They are struggling right now. Simple just looking for the fight desperately, but it's not going to go his way. And Alex waits and baits in the corner. Baits to perfection, though. Gets both kills, clinches the round for his team. Just feels like when Navi are taking all this time, the late round pushes are never really too successful.
That was great proactive work from Vitality. Again, the bomb was shown towards the ramp position, but then they refocused towards A, and just like that, ZywOo was up the ladder towards that A bomb site. That was a big round for Navi to win, and they only ended up with 1 frag. And now we see a mixed bag from them. That's a huge opportunity lost for Navi, and that'll put them on pistols for the most part. Flamey with the only primary weapon. Vitality far better equipped. We've seen a number of rounds here from Navi where they've made fast plays towards T-Red, but they seem to be missing that second smoke. Here it is. Alex again will confidently move outside, and Guardian's lagging behind with the bomb. So, there's a gap in the smoke, and Guardian is going to get taken out by ZywOo, and everybody's crossed already. Now the smokes have gone. They've got to go back and try and collect the bomb. And Alex is going to find one at the very least. Boomich, still alive somehow, dropping the smoke grenade. And he will dance around T-Red Electronic now. Oh, this is just getting super weird, isn't it? Boomich's sound cues. Oh, there's just no mercy from Vitality on Nuke.
Alex was almost looking like Daredevil there. Didn't have the vision, but he had the footsteps, and that's all he needed. Apex repositioning. This is always going to be a strong spot. Simple spotted. Okay. Apex recovers. Good awareness that the spray wasn't connecting. Keeps his composure and leaves Electronic in a 1v4. First face against ZywOo won't work out for him. ZywOo picks up the triple. As soon as that bomb was dropped, the plan at the start of the round just goes out the window for Navi. Their main aim is just trying to get the bomb back, and it never happened for them. Vitality up to a 10-2 lead. I think if Navi pick up 4 or 5 rounds, they could still be in this game. Their CT side was looking good earlier, but they definitely need a few more rounds on the board here as we head towards the end of this first half.
Yeah, I agree. Navi could absolutely have a dominant half. That's a good start, though, for a third round. There is a CT by T-Red as Alex creeping again, but Guardian's ready this time. Oh, that's a great response. Enough traces spotted to just fire straight back in the face, no less. Don't know if RPK was seen by Electronic, but RPK certainly sort of spotted something there, considering the smoke, but awkward. More awkward. That leaves Shox alone. Not for long. Where has this been all the other rounds from Navi? Either way, they found number 3. 4 and 5 to go for. Surely if they secure this round, they'll be in a good position for a 5th. Money being sapped again for Vitality. They didn't win that key round earlier. Can they win this one?
Boomich is sticking with that MAC-10. No, he's not. He's buying the AK. I was going to say, he's got the money for it. Could have decided to lead the charge with the MAC-10 if they wanted the fast play. That's not really Navi's style so far in this game. Apart from that previous round where they just won a bunch of early fights. Again, the outside aggression has been unrelenting from Vitality. Shox eventually traded, though. Guardian in position to get that refrag. Simple looking to get the window of timing here. RPK almost caught off guard. Out in the open, he's struggling, but so is Simple. Not a single shot landed by Simple there as RPK wins that duel.
RPK in the Matrix. Alex has to turn things around, looking beyond the angle, up the stairs already, and that gives Guardian an extra jump to land a headshot with the Krieg. And that's a lot of position for the time being as well. We've got Apex in Mini, as it's called in North America, or T-Main, as it may be called in some places in Europe. Just waiting. You can hear some players probably heading towards Secret. Boomich wondering where ZywOo might be lurking. Still with that AWP, and those flashes will deal with him if he is outside. Those chain flashes will say that that's at least 2 players in that position for Navi, so we'll see what Vitality do with this information.
35 seconds left, but Navi are in position to move onto this B bomb site. ZywOo rotating down. The Molotov in position, but not on the side that ZywOo's playing from. He lands a quick shot against Boomich, and there are no nades left, but there is the M4 of Flamey. Brilliant shot to get onto that B bomb site and get the bomb down safely. But here comes Apex, opening up the door, eventually landing the shots and leaving Guardian. Apex somehow gets that shot straight away. Such a nice clutch from him, and really impressive kills coming through there for Apex.
Well, there's number 11 for Vitality. Bomb plant will be much needed for Navi at the very least. We'll see what money they are left with. 3 from Guardian in that round won't be enough. Simple 2 for 12. He is having a nightmare at the moment. Absolute nightmare. Well, the cash is there at the very least for Navi, so there will be a full buy. But will there be a 4th round? A 3-12 deficit is not insurmountable, but obviously the odds won't be very good. This 4th round is all important for Navi. Guardian on the AWP once again. 4 scopes on the 5 players for Navi. Simple with the AK-47. Maybe going back to Old Faithful in terms of spray patterns and so on. Familiarity will be nice. How on earth does he win natural shocks? Through the smoke, Flamey waiting for it, hearing it, and just getting absolutely wrecked. That's the kind of shocks you want to see.
Yeah, that's the confident style that Shox can bring to the table sometimes when he's feeling it. Gives his team the early lead. Electronic is again down secret. He's been here multiple times. Trying to swing open that door. Are they going to try and time this with the door above? I don't think so. There's no one there. ZywOo gets a good shot onto Boomich, and okay, Electronic ends up losing out to Alex. Pretty easy kill, but Simple in position for the cleanup on that one. Guardian and Simple have got a lot more work left to do, though. It has been a quiet game for Simple so far. This will be a nice round to step up in. Last one of the half. And Simple sneaks into a pretty strong position.
Yeah, he's carrying the bomb, but they need to thin these numbers. If they are to win this round, it can't be a 2 versus 4, although Vitality know that as well. So they will just play super passive. Play the retake, force the hand of Navi. The bomb's been planted now. It's all the information they were looking for. Simple now, and a 1 versus 4. Starts off well, but RPK is ready. He's fast enough. 12-3 for Vitality. I told you that knife round was important. That's a monstrous start. A monstrous start for Vitality.
And the Vitality players certainly looking confident, looking calm, but they're also, I think, making sure that they don't just get too far ahead of themselves. ZywOo's having fun, though. As he should be. ZywOo versus Simple has not really come through on this map. Simple not been able to do a whole deal. Maybe that will change into the second half. Navi will want to get this pistol round win just to feel somewhat comfortable on this CT side, just to make sure they can get themselves the gun rounds, where I'm sure they will be liking their chances to get some rounds on the board.
Lots of discussion as we move into the second half. Got to keep the players focused. A lead is not a win. They can take nothing for granted. The CT sides have been super strong in this series in general, and now times that the sides will switch. It's not impossible for Navi. The game is not over by any means. Every round will be important. You don't want him to grow with confidence from the Vitality perspective. And these may be important things to instill before the pistol round begins. Well, there is a man who might not be in the happiest of positions. A lot to do here. This is the winners match, so not a complete disaster to lose, but the fashion in which each map has been lost has just not been great for the team who's been doing the losing. Row fists throughout for a high-spirited Vitality team. Maybe the war cry after the knife from Apex gave them the energy to have that dominant half.
Should be underway shortly with those fist bumps coming through. Over on the Navi side, they've got to just stay fully focused on the game right now. and try not to think about the scoreline, obviously. Credit to Guardian. He had a couple of rounds there where he was doing well, getting a few important multi-kills. Definitely was one of the reasons that they were able to get their few round wins over on that first half. And here we go into the CT side for Navi. 4 USPs and the P2000, all paired with Kevlar. In fact, everyone on the servers bought Kevlar, so it's all about the aim into this pistol.
Yeah, this is a pretty fast run towards the ramp. Somehow Flamey's still alive. Dead now, of course. Oof. Got one CT by Decoy, which might try and delay a bomb plant, but look at these kills coming in from Vitality. Absolutely no mercy given whatsoever. Guardian doing what he can with a P2000, moving forward only to his demise. Oh dear, he was playing for the long con, Boomich, but it looks like Vitality are just ready for everything. That was a brutal way to finish a pistol round. 13 for 3. If Navi are going to do it, it's going to be in the most absolutely difficult fashion possible.
Yeah, when you're already so far behind and you lose the pistol round like that, it just does not feel good. Navi go for the force spy, hoping that they can get back into this game. I think they realize that they really need round wins right now if they're going to have a chance in this one. Vitality might not be tested too much on their T side if they can just find success off the back of the pistol round win. Both teams just holding back, feeling each other out at the start of this one. Alex spots the shoulder of Electronic, now just holding this angle. Not quick enough on the trigger to get any of those shots to land, though.
Let's not forget the success in these force buys we saw from Navi earlier on the CT side, no less. Maybe they can replicate the same again. The situation is bad, but there's still time for them to get going. Patiently waiting for the Vitality, who move outside into the scope of Guardian, potentially. If he can stay alive but do some damage, then this could be capitalized on later on. But he's missed his shot. That one was a sitter. He is not having a good day right now. That much is clear. Some spam from Simple, but it'll be very costly indeed. There we go. That's the Guardian you're looking for. Tag onto Apex. Just stay alive. Just show some presence. Allow those pistols to capitalize on this damage later on.
Oh, a bit of damage done to Electronic through the smoke. He decides to back away. Boomich gets one kill, but the CZ can always struggle to get more than one in that position. Not really having the ammo capacity to take further fights. 20 seconds left for Vitality to try to get onto one of these bomb sites. That could be an issue for them. Guardian not able to land a shot, but Flamey is on the bomb site. They might not expect another player there. ZywOo certainly does, though. And Electronic is trying to get there in time, but he will not be able to stop the bomb from being planted. And that means Vitality should have this round in the bag.
Navi having their organs harvested by Vitality at the moment. At the 20-second mark, that was looking fairly strong, to be honest, for Navi, but that is the last head to be popped in that round. 14-4-3. It is force by galore for Navi. Their hands will be forced round after round, it seems. And I think they have to be mentally defeated at this point. It's just human nature. But maybe they can do something. With all the maps all these teams play, won't be the first time they've been in a bad situation. And they have been turned around before, and that's something to consider. They don't even have Molotovs at this point. No incendiaries for Navi, and Vitality, knowing that, may have shocks charging in. Long spray with the Mac-10. He will be traded as advantages to be had for Navi, but briefly, 3 versus 3 now will favor Vitality.
Yeah, Shox just ends up rushing into A alone while the rest of the team take control of the B bomb site. Electronic trying to find a good angle, but Vitality are getting that bomb down in a pretty powerful position. Simple swinging open the door for information. RPK holding this angle, trying to connect the shots. Not really doing so right now. Electronic also taking fights. Somehow there's no kills coming in, but finally RPK decides to put an end to that as Guardian might be able to do some work here. Pistol out because the scout is not going to work well, and the P2000 almost gets that frag at long range, but RPK closes it out. 15-3 for Vitality. This one is all but over. The real question is who's going to end as the top fragger for Vitality? They've got 3 players on 19 kills.
Very good question. At least the force buy has improved for Navi. Now they've got some FAMASs and M4s. Simple with an auto shotgun and what could be the last round. A very weird situation. Landslides from start to finish, if this is to be the finish. Such big leads for both teams is very unusual, but it is what it is. Electronic in mini with the FAMAS. Got some sound cues, but what can they do with them? Shocks down in secret. Waiting for a play from the CTs, they can smell the desperation. Again, we saw this previously, this angle from Simple, but last time it was with an AK, this time it's with an auto shotgun. Could have the same result, although he wasn't engaged previously. Doesn't really have the range to look deeper, although desperation may call him to do so. Gambling that no one will be there. You can see Vitality quietly falling back, not giving the sound cues. There's the whack-a-mole. Still peeking, but nothing doing just yet. Shock's making inroads. But Navi still at the mercy of Vitality.
Smoke obscures Electronic's vision. Doesn't stop him from hearing, though, and he knows that ZywOo has just run by. ZywOo's not really being quiet, though. He's going to break open the window as well as he moves into heaven. Vitality certainly using all the time available to them in this round, and they don't have too many nades left to actually push one of the bomb sites. It will mainly be down to winning the openings and the trades. That looks fairly likely, though. Simple's got the shotgun on the site. Here comes the flashbang, and Simple quickly dealt with ZywOo entering the A site. There's RPK to chime in with 2 of his own, and it's all on Flamey. Needs to win a 1v3 just to keep his team in the series.
Up the ladder he goes. No defuse kit. And that's going to be that RPK with the final frag. Every map absolutely dominant, but it's the 2-1 for Vitality. Starting on the CT side, smashing their opponent with a mallet. And, well, they win the match in very unusual fashion. Again, like every map that was won by either team was